Hello everybody, I am the Solar Gamer, and welcome to Surviving Mars. Welcome to the Red Planet. That's right, this is Paradox Interactive's latest title. It's being developed by Haemimont Games, which you may know created the Tropico 3 through 5 games. And now this is their latest title, so we're able to colonize Mars, first as drones and rovers, and then later setting foot with actual humans on Mars. This is actually pretty exciting. I've been waiting for this for a while now. It's not like Paradox's other grand strategy titles. It is a more casual type of playthrough, but it is very, very interesting because it's space and you're colonizing, which there aren't too many games. Well, there are a couple games out there that do this, but it's cool. It's definitely cool. So we're gonna jump in here, hit new game, and we're gonna play a little bit of a series here. So this is not gonna be a review. This is not a review type of video. This is actually going to be a series. I will be playing the game until a certain point. I'm not sure exactly when, because there really isn't an end game with this, unless you lose, obviously. So, yeah, I'm going to be playing for as long as I can with this, or until there's really nothing else to do, and we'll go from there. Now, I am going to make it difficult, so that there are challenges along the way that should provide a little bit of entertainment, hopefully. Alright, so first things first, this is the difficulty setup screen. So, choosing a mission sponsor drastically changes the difficulty of your game, depending on who you choose. Now, the International Mars mission is the very easiest because it gives you the most funding, the most research per day, and the most colonists to choose from. Also, a little bit of other bonuses there, as you can see. But, yeah, recommended for first-time players. No. This game does have a steep learning curve. However, I've already done that, and I feel like I can go one step further and go to Space Y. Space Y is difficulty, it says normal here, but I suppose it's just under hard. The only reason why, oh wow, Church of the New Ark doesn't grant any science per day. That is pretty interesting. And then, of course, you can choose Paradox, which is the hardest difficulty because their funding is only 4 million, and their research per day is only 100. So it can get pretty crazy if you choose this. I'm going to choose Space Y because I like SpaceX, and this is obviously the equivalent in Surviving Mars. So we'll choose that. Commander Profile, I will be choosing a Doctor. Now, each one of these also affects the difficulty. However, the Doctor is actually pretty interesting. The Doctor allows us to have a minimum comfort required for birth reduced by 15. So, your colonists can have babies, they can work, they can play, they can live on the Red Planet. But to have babies, you need to have a certain comfort level inside of the dome. And if they don't have that, then you won't have, many children, being made on Mars. That sounds very weird to say, but I mean, what isn't weird to say in a Paradox game? Honestly, I mean, you say weird things in Crusader Kings and Europa. I mean, why not Surviving Mars, right? So to have children in this game, this Doctor should make it a little bit easier. Also, we start off with a bonus tech, which is STEM Reconstruction, which allows colonists' lifespan to be increased, which is pretty damn nice. So we'll do that. The colony logo, this doesn't affect anything except for what your logo actually is. It would be interesting to actually have the ability to import a logo into the game. That would be really, really interesting. But, I mean, I see the theme they're going for. This kind of, like, orange, sepia kind of plaque kind of thing. But I still think it would be cool if you could just input your own. We're going to go with Don't Panic, right? I mean, that fits our theme here with playing with Space Y. Because SpaceX, as you may have heard, launched their Tesla Roadster launched Elon Musk's Tesla Roadster into space with Don't Panic written on the dash, which is absolutely perfect. Mystery is going to be random. I don't know what mysteries are in this game yet. I haven't actually played through a single playthrough to get to one. But the mysteries are actually pretty interesting, and they allow you to replay the game as well as see different things in each playthrough. I'm going to choose random because, again, I don't know any of them anyway, so why not just keep it like that? Alright, so this is our starting kind of mission parameters and what we get initially. On this screen, we can actually choose the cargo. Now, what I want to do first and foremost is go into prefab buildings and reduce drone hub by 2. I'm only going to start with 1 drone hub already constructed. And the reason for that is because I want an RC Explorer and an... Oh. Damn, that costs a lot of money. Okay. Well. Oh, it's the cargo capacity. That's what's doing it. Okay, so I can only carry one of the... I think I'd rather have the Explorer. Only because, yeah, so he can analyze anomalies, which is good. Well, it's a robot. It can explore anomalies and stuff like that. The RC Transport can transport materials between a certain area and another one. So that's obviously very important. The RC Rover acts as like a mobile command base for a certain amount of drones. It also repairs them as well, which is good too. I'd really like them all, but I can't. And I don't want to reduce these because we can't actually construct polymers, machine parts, or electronics without colonists on the planet. They have to be present to make these 3 items. Everything else, well, except for the food as well. The food we can't make either, but we don't need that for drones. The metal and concrete can be made on the surface. Oxygen, water, that can all be made on the surface. But these need to be made by humans. Alright, so let's just rename this this rocket to Sol Invictus 1. Perfect. And I think that's going to be it. I'd really like the RC Rover, but I don't... The drone hub technically acts as an RC Rover. The only problem is that it's stationary. I know you guys might not know what I'm talking about, but I will get into this as we get into the game here, but... Well, basically, there's a range for your rovers to operate. And the drone hub basically creates a large area around the drone hub where your rovers can kind of move around and stuff like that. The RC Rover has the same thing, except it can move and station itself somewhere else. So if you want to go grab some more minerals or metals, you can move out, do that, and then transport them back with the RC Rover or something. Or the transport, rather. So I think I would rather do that. Oh, I still can't. Oh, it costs 10,000 kilograms. Alright. You win. You win. That's it. Next. Alright, here we are on the selection screen for your landing spot. So on this the screen, you can choose anywhere on the planet itself. And as you can see on the right here, you can see the different altitude, temperature, topography, resources, and threats. Threats would obviously increase your difficulty. As you can see, the difficulty meter right now is going up and down depending on what you got. There was a 240 because of cold waves. Massive amounts of cold waves, less water, decent concrete, but that's still kind of insane. Now, I have a custom coordinate that I found earlier, although you could go to Olympus Mons. 285 difficulty. Oh, that is very tempting, actually. It has decent water, decent concrete, and metal. Mean temperature is minus 16 degrees. Minus 15, that's better. Dust storms and dust devils occur pretty frequently. So the threat with dust storms and dust devils is that they basically degrade your buildings a little bit faster. So there is a maintenance meter in this game that degrades over time naturally, but with dust storms and dust devils, they degrade much faster. So on this kind of scenario, you'd be screwed if you can't maintain everything, you know, very quickly. Now, considering we start with less drones than I would like, I don't think I should be starting with this setting. I do have custom coordinates that I did find before that I liked. So we're going to go 9 degrees south and 58 degrees west, which is going to be in the Valles Marineris, which is the large, elongated, like, ravine crater on the planet. And we have decent metals, concrete, and water. Dust devils are the only thing that's really threatening here. Still, we're at 205% difficulty, which is kind of crazy. It's relatively flat, but what's interesting about this location is that it has a plateau. And we'll get into that, actually, when I hit start. So, without further ado, this is the start of our game. The start of our colonization of the Red Planet.
Welcome to Mars.
Absolutely. Welcome to Mars, Commander. Everyone at Mission Control is impatient to see the rocket touching down and unloading its precious cargo. Our remotely controlled eyes and hands on the Red Planet, the drones and rovers. Our goal is to secure a foothold for humanity by building the first Martian dome. This daunting endeavor will allow the brave pioneers, the founders, to settle down on Mars and prove that the colony is sustainable. But until then, we have to make sure the colony has enough construction resources, water, oxygen, and power. Absolutely. Alright, so here we go. This is the plateau I was talking to you about. So the interesting thing about starting in a game with a plateau or some sort of elevation is that it's going to be kind of difficult to move outside of this one little area. If we start up here, of course, which we don't have to, but I want to. You can build tunnels, and I haven't done it yet because I haven't found a map like this before. But you can build tunnels that stretch from the top of this all the way down here, as far as I'm aware. I'm not sure it's going to work here, but if it doesn't, then there are ways to still get down here without actually building a tunnel. So, and we'll get into that as we go on. But regardless, let's go ahead and explore some tiles. Right, so if we go over here... Okay, we need some water. Water! That's not water. Okay, so we only have concrete up here. Concrete and some anomalies. And whatever this is. An anomaly. Okay, so these are just different anomaly icons. Okay, so where are we going to touch down? I mean, this is going to be difficult. There's no, like, minerals over here, or metal over... I'm going to say minerals. It's just... I've played Stellaris recently, so I'm kind of stuck on minerals, but there's only a couple, like, deposits around here that we can actually use. Actually, over here, there's a decent amount. We could definitely start here. But that is about it. I mean, meteors also drop metal deposits, but besides that, I think we're going to be kind of worse off. Which is fun. I mean, that's part of the challenge. I'm going to start somewhere over here. So why don't we land our first colony down, let's say about here. Alright, we can go in here and watch our first colony ship land on the red planet. Look at that. Perfect. All right. And as you'll see, our little rovers come popping out. That one comes flying out, I guess. All right. So before we do anything, let's pause the game here. Let's send our RC Explorer to go and take a look at these anomalies. And these anomalies will actually give us different technologies to research. Speaking of, let's go into the technology screen and actually queue up a couple different things to work on. So, get away, please. Thank you. Soil adaptation allows us to build farms. We can't really do that yet anyway because we don't have any humans. We could receive 1 million in funding. In fact, I will do this only because we start off with only 4 million. We started with 6, but we've already used 2 million. So you can see how this is going to be pretty crazy in terms of money. We'll start with Mars crowdfunding. Then we'll go into probably the extractor amplification, which increases production by 25, but also increases power consumption by 10. So we'll increase our production of like concrete and stuff like that, but we're going to need more power, which should be okay. We could do this. I mean, it would only increase our science per day by 100 because we only have one RC Explorer, but that should be all right. This would be good too. Okay, I want a lot of things. So I guess we'll do this. Yeah, okay, that should be fine. Alright, let's unpause now. As the little baby drones come on out. These are our little workers. We can actually change the skin. They can be red. That's fine. Alright, so now we have a lot of materials still on the cargo ship that needs to be kind of offloaded. So what we'll do is we'll set up a universal dumping area. About right there. And then they should just start kind of unloading things. Yep, seems to be. Alright, and the first thing we're really going to want to get down is power, basically. Power is very, very important, and if we don't get it soon, we're going to be a little screwed. I think we can start with a wind turbine, right? Do we have machine? Yeah, we should have machine part. Oh, we don't have concrete. No, we don't have any concrete. Okay, so we have to start off with a solar panel. No, we don't have any metals either. Well, we can get metal. So there is that. Let's start off with a large solar panel then. About right here. Okay, let's speed up some time. It's going to take a little while to get kind of situated. Usually you start off with more drones because you're on a, much easier difficulty. However, I only start off with 4. The RC... What is it? The RC Rover would have given me a little bit more, but considering I don't have that, I start off with even less than I wanted to. I guess what I could do is plop down my RC drone hub. Now, one thing to note is that the cargo ship actually gives us a range for our drones to work around. So putting this right here would kind of be a waste. So I'm not even sure where I'm going to be going.
Anomaly analyzed.
Yeah, I know.
Milestone achieved.
I will take a look in a second. I should probably set some scanning zones. So we should probably scan this area, this area, and that area. Yeah, and that'll be done over time. As you can see, the scanning percentage right there will go up per... I guess per hour? I'm not really sure that there is an hour exactly. Oh, there is. Hour 18. All right, so let's take a look. So that's at 1%. Hour 19. 2%. Okay, so every hour it does 1%. That's actually not great. But you can upgrade that by giving yourself a scanner or a sensor tower. But again, that costs things that we don't have yet. All right. Let's take a look at the milestone. These basically calculate your score. And while I don't really focus on score in games, when it comes to this game, it might be more important to focus on the score because each game might not last as long as you would like. So the score may matter, depending on if you're trying to beat yourself at something or a challenge or something like that. So yeah, this is pretty cool. Also, we did analyze that anomaly.
There's more to the barren environs of the Red Planet than meets the eye. A veritable treasure trove of undiscovered knowledge and wonder. So long as you know where to look.
All right, so we discovered new tech. So we discovered subsurface heating and transport optimization. Now, what this does is it doesn't give us these technologies right away. It just unlocks them to be able to research when you want them to, if that makes sense. So we could get the subsurface heater. It is a little bit cold. Actually, what is the temperature here? Is there any way of finding out? Colony overview? No, I don't think so. Map. No. I don't think there's any way of finding out what the temperature was on this planet. I could be completely wrong, but I don't see one yet. All right. Well, either way, I think we'll be okay. There's not that many cold waves on this map, so we should be all right. So with that said and done, let's go to the next anomaly, which is way over here. All right, so this large solar panel is finally underway, construction-wise. Perfect. All right, so now it needs to be connected to some sort of storage or a building that requires it. What I'm going to do is do the recharge station, because we currently don't have any thing that can charge our drones, as far as I'm aware. Because it's usually the RC Rover that does. So then we'll do, what is it, P? Oh, wait. O? There was a... I did know it. I don't know. Whatever. Let's just do this. Okay. One thing I should start doing, I guess, is unloading all of this from the cargo ship. And then I'll just dump it on the ground over here, and then they'll move it over into the storage once I need it to. In fact, can I even build this? Yes. Okay. I don't know why the music is kind of going in and out there. Alright, that's all set. I'm trying to think. Okay, so that is offline. Where is the power battery? Okay, the power accumulator costs 2 polymer and 3 concrete. So we need concrete first before we start that up. So what we can do is actually start working on our concrete extractor, which will be right about... you can see the available resources up in this little status window. I want the most. 137 seems to be the highest I can get it. All right, let's do that. Let's also do... Is it G? I knew the command for the power cable. I'm forgetting it. That's... Oh, pipes. So C, there it is. All right. All right, so our little rovers are going to come over here and start working on this. And then once this is set up, we can actually set up like a route. So this little RC transport can actually go back and forth, dumping the concrete off in the center or wherever you want it to.
Research anomaly.
And go from
Analyzed.
there. Okay. The audio is doing some funky stuff for me right now. And I don't know why. It's not usually like this. So, interesting. Anomaly analyzed. We gained 1,250 science. Cool. Research complete. Mars crowdfunding. So we gained an extra 1 million in grants from people at home, I guess. Engineers and geologists have 10 performance when working in their specialty. That's good, but we don't have any colonists right now to work with, so it's not really needed. But what we can do is send our little explorer over to this last anomaly that we can see.
I'm Penem Escalin of Mars Official Radio. Even though I like it on Mars, I find myself missing things I never thought I would. I've basically been a vegetarian since my first semester in college. Still, I recently had a craving for a doner kebab. I don't know why. The same thing happened when I thought of Turkish Delight, the most revolting candy ever created. Have you experienced similar cravings? If you have, tell us. Let's listen to another song and think about it.
Alright, so as you can see, there is a radio station, kind of like City Skylines, where I guess you'll be interrupted by her every now and again.
Discovered.
Oh my god, that's loud. Alright, Soylent Green has been discovered, which was... Oh, it's a breakthrough! Wait. Okay, so we actually discovered a breakthrough technology. Breakthrough technologies are, I think, once in a game kind of things? No. I'm not sure how these actually work, but it's basically... oh wow, that's kind of morbid, too. Bodies of dead colonists are converted to food. Oh, perfect. That reminds me of a Doctor Who episode. Interesting. So, like I was saying, these breakthrough techs are kind of like really powerful technologies that come around sometimes when you research certain anomalies. I mean, that's great and all, but I don't have any colonists yet to convert to food. So, yeah, let's just move on. Alright. Alright, and I think I'm going to end the episode right here. Next episode, we're going to get our concrete up and running. And also, hopefully try to find water on this plateau if we can. I'm hoping there's water up here. If not, that's okay, because technically we can still go into life support. We could do moisture vaporators, which allow us to suck in water from the atmosphere. They are less... They give us less water, but, I mean... If we can't do anything, we don't have a choice. We did the research a tech for this, or send them in on the cargo ships. But this might be the only way to get water down here. Moxie, that's the production for oxygen. That can be done anywhere. But yeah, so we might need some moisture vaporators instead of actual water extractors, which is totally okay. The only thing I am worried about up here is metals. Metals we're gonna have a problem with if we can't find a deposit, because. Yeah, there's like nothing over here for metal. There's little outcroppings here and there. That's 34. That's good, but it's not good, really. Like it's not what I want. 10 there, and that's really it. That is kind of depressing, but I kind of got myself into the situation. So, anyway, thank you all for watching. I hope you all enjoyed, and definitely stay tuned for more.